Okay, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. Starting on time today. Thanks, Derek, for the gifted memberships. Also forgot to turn on my overhead lights, but I do have music going this time. How is everyone today? Hope everyone's good. Unbuild day, yep. Today's an unbuild day. Hey, Tuxedo, hey, Steve, hey, Rod, hey, Martin, and Derek, and Jaeger, hey, Raj. Hey, Joey. Folks. Who are you and what have you done with late? I know. How you doing, Nappin? Hey, Cliff. Hey, John. Thomas, Monkey Butler Labs. Tohos, thanks for being a member for 41 months. Holy moly. Hey, Mike. Aetherling. Steve. Vice coming up next weekend. No stream next weekend due to that. Hey, Rushmere. I'm doing good. I've been busy. I've been a little too busy, but hopefully we'll settle down here. Will the crossbar clear the XY joints in front? There is no crossbar for TriMax, for MadMax. Hey, Turtle. Oh, I saw Nurgle earlier. Hi, Nurgle. Hey, Project. Hey, Dirdackle and Jeff. Neil, I owe you a couple of answers to questions, Neil. I know. You posted I'm way behind on video comments. Way behind. But, so, hey, Steven. Hey, Jack. 121 months. Green Bar Day. Nice. Hey, Malfrey and Demlar. Here, let's go here. So, this is Tridex. So, I saw the question earlier. What is Tridex? Tridex is the project we did a few years ago. It's been 2 years, 2.5 years, maybe. That is a Trident, but with IDEX, independent dual extruder. So we have a shared Y-axis and independent X-axis. Is it treat time for Felix and Oscar and Felix? Well, Felix is not here. Felix has decided, and I'm letting him, to come in on his own terms. When I call him out here, Eddie, I have to stop here. I have to say hi to Eddie. I have not chatted with you in far too long, Eddie. Everybody say hi to Eddie. This is, because of Eddie, is the Tridex. And I am sad that I never used this to its full potential. Hey, Keith. Been way too long. Yes. I do. So Eddie is a big reason for my choice in, or at least the configuration of my mini split stuff. See, check it out, Eddie. I got them installed. He knows about that kind of thing. Yours is still sitting idle too. Yeah. So I'm at the point here where I have mid-30s, 30-something printers. I have to recycle projects in order to keep going and not overwhelm more than I already have. Andrew, for Kitties Deserve More Treats and Pets Fund. Kitties get all the pets and they'll get more treats. Oh, there we go. He's gonna explore. Not enough. Now you're giving me intrusive thoughts regard to my Tridex. Yeah, so this really stuck out to me. So back to this, Tridex is Eddie the engineer's brainchild of converting. And for anybody that didn't know, Eddie was the keeper, the project manager of Trident before it was Trident. So Voron 1.8 is Eddie's project. Eddie was kind enough, and I had enough motivation and time and know-how to work on what ended up was 1.9 and ended up being Trident. And that's how that fell into my lap. So Tridex is a IDEX Trident, and it has a interesting 4 stepper gantry setup, one for each tool head, and then individual each side for the Y. Pathetic Puma, thank you for the gifted memberships. Hi, Delvin. Hi, Questionable Choices. Hey, Bill. So, as part of that conversion, this frame is a 350 spec in width, and this printer started as a 250, so it's still 250 in Y, in depth. So I'm gonna keep that because I think it's gonna work well for keeping the tool heads out of the way and retaining as much print area as I can. One of the things about IDEX is you can only get to the parts of the bed where you don't have any interferences with the other tool head. So you do lose quite a bit of X build area. So today's stream is really going to be about talking about MadMax. Hey, OnTech. Hey, Lord Getface. Less than 6 tools is so 2025. This is going to be perfect for me. Similar to the IDEX setup, what my hope for the IDEX setup is simply having 2 materials, incompatible supports, that kind of thing. But today's stream is going to be unbuilding Tridex, so saying bye to Tridex, and we will be rebuilding with a CNC gantry setup from Vitali, that Vitali was kind enough to send me. We are going to have to figure out some of this. So there are a few parts that are kind of cross-compatible between V2 and Trident, so we'll figure that out though. Voron symbol and the tool heads are not mirrored. Are not mirrored. Why would they be mirrored? You want the Voron symbol to be the Voron symbol. Anyway, I've got a clear workbench behind me, so I've got lots of places to put stuff. I'm really excited to hear about TriMax and see where everyone has progressed the state of printers over the last few years. I love how the community keeps working on an exciting project, and that's so true. There's so much going on. Hey, Art Chapman. I have a messy bit of tabs over here. Yeah, no kidding, Joey. Joey here has been instrumental in helping me get as far as I did with Tridex here. We had some interesting problems that really got in the way of me moving forward and just using it. Some of them having nothing to do with the machine. The controller that I was using to begin with, for some reason, was shifting the tool heads on the Y homing, and just changing the controller fixed that. No other changes, so not sure what was going on. There'll only be 33 likes when there's a cat. No kidding. There we go. We'll put the cat on there. Maybe that'll spawn some likes. Let's see here. Ooh, I mean, even with this running, it's a little humid today, and I've been moving a bit this morning. Okay, so let's talk while I unbuild. So things like panels just need to come off, and that's easy. Even though I won't be around for it, I don't want to miss an opportunity to be inducted into the exclusive Polymer Club. Good call. Hey, Steve. So what tool heads are we going to be using? That's a good question. And up until just last night, I was pretty sure that I was going to use A4Ts. But I want to kind of put it to you guys. What do you think? Should I use A4Ts or should I go for something like the Yavoth? The Dragon Burner is pretty supported. But I don't really want to do dragon burners. I'd rather do I think the Yavoth is all carriage compatible. Hi, Kobe. So YouTube will filter some messages and not even show anybody. So I'm not prepared. I don't have any of the Toolhead parts. We won't get there today. So I didn't even try to be prepared for Toolhead stuff today. Jabberwocky? Oh no. Jabberwocky is not the right setup for this. A4T. Okay. I mean, that's my initial, that's where I was going. I was thinking for mine, I need your guide. Okay. It's looking like A4T is the way. So Telxoid and Andrew McGregor have done some mods for A4T to work on this. Ken, I am going to Vice. Come on, there we go. A4T, so I was thinking, where are we undoing IDEX? Because I'm rebuilding it into the MadMax setup. Chat was moving fast. It's hard to hit the approve button before it times out. Well, and even if it filters for whatever reasons, it won't show up on the overlay. A4T knife beta tester. Oh, that's probably, is that what filtered? I don't know. Let's get panels off here. We can get a little better look inside of here. Not familiar with A4T, so maybe we'll do some looking. Come on, there we go. Seriously considering doing this to my Trident, so I ask why you're moving away from it. Moving away from the IDEX setup on here. And the biggest reason is I want to do a MadMax setup, and this is the most appropriate printer in my stable, in my opinion, to use for that install. So once I get this on a little bit into the unbuild, we will solve it. Oh. There we go. Yeah, just time for something new. And I ran into little nitpicky things that kept me from spending the time on this configuration. Hey, Lewis. Oh, this thing is still on. Let's turn it off. I turned it on, homed it, made sure it still basically worked. Shut down. Whew, it is warm. It'd be a tool head changer for Trident. Would be awesome to have the dock at the back. One of the nice things about MadMax is it only requires X and Y movements for the docking motion. If anybody is interested in Tridex still, most of the discussion goes on in the Doom Discord server. Hey, Brent. Pay for fee, just be prepared to solder the LEDs, which is a pain. I am never afraid of soldering. Are you going to be using nudge? Mm-hmm. Nudge is, oh, here. Nudge is on here now. So we will just continue using it. Hey, don't knock it. Hey, Rick. Come on. Come on. There we go. So part of the this unbuild process today is going to be figuring out a few things. What we're doing for end stops, how the wiring needs to change. Hey, Matt Al. Hey, Benny. Are you are ready for treats, aren't you? Hey, 3D Print Craft UK. Hi, Vinny. Always available to spread the joys of IDEX. Now, I never put Loctite on these hammerhead nuts on this build, so that's why I think they're being a little bit more of a pain to do. What is that? I have no idea what that is. Anyway, MadMax is a tool changer setup that uses Maxwell couplings to attach, detach docked tool heads. There we go. Oh, awesome. Thanks, Thunderkeys. Hey, Monkey Butler Labs. Almost done with panels. I really need to build my Lazy Susan. I have a bearing for it. Liz, welcome. Oh, there's Felix. Hi, Felix. He's down on the floor. Else. All the panels. Okay, panels are off. Hey, Nathan. Okay. MadMax. Let's look at this. So, link in the description is the MadMax GitHub. So this is a community project. There's no product around it. So we will be approaching this with that in mind. There is no actual expectations around this. We will give feedback where needed, but we will figure things out where needed as well. So here, MadMax, a crazy simple tool changer conversion for your Core XY printer. And some of these, oh, that's a little small, but you get the idea. It is a true tool changer. Hey, Steven. So you can kind of get the idea of the motion that is used for docking and undocking. Philippa. Back. So there is a plate and carriage system, little line drawings here. And if you go into the description there, the Zarancho name is a link to his channel, where you can find some videos on this. This project only 2 tool heads. Yes, however, you can run multiple tool heads. You either need a crossbar or what they call stalactites, is that right? Just mounts across the front. All I want a single additional tool to mix some TPU in. So my big purpose here is I have a complex keyboard print to do for a friend. And I think it would be very well done with PLA and PETG supports. So, how many tools is it capable of utilizing? It is capable of utilizing the number of tools you can fit across the front of a printer. So, yes, most builds here, if you look at different, there's some example builds here. And I think, yeah, so here's A4T. So anybody who's curious about A4T, these are the A4T tool heads that we'll be using in this build. I suspect IDEX would be more reliable than a 2 tools tool changer. I don't know. That IDEX, you don't have to worry about the dock and undock process, but I feel like it's more dependent on a tight motion system to keep your offsets well. And I also suspect the belt lengths on Tridex, given single steppers, everything, might have a negative impact on that. I think it would be cool if someone tries to use a Tridex gantry as it is with 1 tool head. Hybrid XY like that. Oh yeah, you can do that, no problem, Lucas. And that's basically RCF is doing that on his Phoenix, is basically that setup. Even changers are more tricky to get the reliability from and less likely to recover from failure than filament changers. That's true. But with filament changers, you can't as easily do actual multi-material. So, this is with nudge on a magnetic mount, temporary. I'm planning on leaving mine permanently mounted because I have room. Yeah, they do become more difficult with Quad XY for sure, Kobe. So, this is with some slim, beefy front idlers. The CNC ones that I'm using are pretty slim too. So nudge is another project from Zarancho that is a XYZ probe, basically. You can do it with a filament changer. You just have to prime half a spool each time, and you're still going to get cross-contamination. But you're right. Lots of examples here. So going through, there are different parts to this. There's a carriage. Combination of new parts to make it possible. Core, new pins and screws, Maxwell coupling. So what's the catch? Here we go. This is a good one. Can't wait till someone comes up with a revolver type multi-nozzle changer like CNC does. Some lost XY build area when printing with 2 heads. I'm hoping that I minimize that by having an extra wide printer. There's no positive lock on the tool head. We are relying on a magnetic coupling. So that kind of speaks to what folks have been saying before as far as reliability. We'll find out how that is. Some printers and tool heads will need some CAD work before they're print and play. So we're ready for that. Just sent you those pics of the orange frame with the raw Vitali CNC kit in Discord. Nice. Hey, Clown Hammer. The lower 2 button head screws on the coupling may wear with time and need replacement for reliable probing. So there's some wear items we'll have to pay attention to. Hey, Kenrog. No build seen beyond 2 heads yet. Have there been since this has been ridden? Does anybody know of any 3 or more setups? Tridex has an offset drift issue, like Steve said. Most likely belt length and end stop variants have had more consistent offsets with MadMax, but working to solve it on the Tridex, yeah. So anyway, this is the whole setup. This is MadMax. This is what the different tool heads look like. This is the tool head side. Hey, Silverback Creations. And this is the X-carriage side. This is capable of doing probing with the tool head itself by breaking connection on the Maxwell coupling. I don't know that we're going to be doing that or not. We'll see. So, okay. So let's continue the unbuild and figure out what we need to do. Using Windows. Why wouldn't I be using Windows? That's the first time ever anybody has ever commented like that. Those belt couplings are the yeah, I'm looking forward to trying those. They're a pinned belt setup. So we're just gonna be undoing. So we have 2 steppers and an end stop on each little cavity back here for wiring. We are DIYers. We use Linux and Mac. Okay, that's apparently we don't. That's okay. Actually, at some point, when this streaming computer dies, my main computer is going to slide into its place. I mean, the fact of the matter is, there are far more programs available for easy streaming on Windows than anything else. So it's far easier for me to keep a reliable setup with Windows here. But I do want to switch to something else for my main computer. Yeah, so I use Fusion 360. So if and when I do switch to something else, it will be a Mac. But, and I know you're just joking, Kobe. I got it. Okay, we are going to, I didn't print a X-tray for this yet. I use both Mac and PCs, so I swear both. Yeah, I have an old MacBook that I use as a auxiliary device. Gives me a little bit of exposure to it. But yeah, some of the Windows forced changes are pretty darn frustrating. What do we got? Adam here? Hey, Adam. No tray for this build. I'll get a tray when we actually start building. When we get into the actual build, I'll have a tray for it. Hey, Jeff. You're in Fusion 360 with, oh, no, you can't. Not reliably. Not reliably. And not consistently through updates. You have to worry about whether an update is going to break something. Okay, we have got tool heads come off. Hey, Dwayne Dooley. Yeah, so that keyword there, not as simple, is a big one. It is important for me to not have to spend time making sure something works when I don't have to. Hey, Justin. Which extrudes you going with? I think I will be going with G2, Windwalker G2s. And I really need to do the Lazy Susan. It's doable and works reasonably well. And when I say no, it doesn't, but it's, yes, I get it. It's all about though the level of effort and what I want to spend time on. And it's not configuring Linux so it'll run Fusion. You looking to try the Tube Compact on any build? I do. So I have 2 Tube Compacts and they are on the Phoenix right now. Next CA stream, Lazy Susan build. Nah, that'll be outside of a stream. Hey, Lazy Susan Tinkercad like 6 years ago for my daughter to do. Nice. Okay. So yeah, we have the Mellow Fly Toolhead boards in here right now, but this is gonna have to change because these are the Stealth Burner boards. Glad I could catch an overview and hoping to catch some more of this build, but gotta run. Hey, see you, Arthur. Thanks for stopping by. How big we make the rotation table? I think maybe about 650 millimeters in diameter. I need to double check I can fit that on my table here. I'd like to fit this on a Lazy Susan. It would have to be about 650 millimeters in diameter. But then I think I would need 700 to fit like a 350 build, but I don't have any 350 builds. So I've already bought the bearing. I think I got a 20-inch bearing. 20 or 22-inch bearing. I don't have any plans to do any 350 builds either. I just don't have room. I just don't have room. Okay, there's one. We are going to continue to use Revo Vorons because for a tool changer, I feel like the super quick nozzle changing is a benefit. What tool changer options do you think are viable for Trident 300? That's a good question, Matt L. I don't know. What do other people think? Hey, Rudy. Hey, Clifford. What is a TriMax? So that's a made-up word, Jeff. That's what I'm calling my Trident MadMax setup. Since this is referred to, we refer to it as Tridex, my Trident IDEX setup. So I think Joey might have come up with the name TriMax on a previous stream. All words are made, well, yeah. Revos also have a very repeatable Z height variants. I love them. Index and cell changer might work, but you're going to lose build volume surely. Yeah. With any tool changer, I still think one of the biggest challenges is umbilical and spool management. I'm over, so I thought I would subscribe. Yuri, thank you. Sad to see Tridex go away, but better to see it working instead of being a source of constant frustration. I wouldn't say it was frustration. It was time that I wasn't willing or able to dedicate to sitting there and tinkering with it. Just the nature of what I'm doing. If I'm gonna have a consistent stream, I can't spend a lot of time on projects after they're done. It either works or it doesn't. So it is something that's hard for me to gauge what level of effort. It's either something's really easy and works well and gets integrated into the flow, or it gets worked on over time as I can. It's kind of in the end personal choice, but your opinion, box turtle or the LDL stealth changer tool head, prices are the same, but just curious in your view. It really depends on if you want up to 4 colors, or if your purpose is more just 2 color or multi-material. If you want to do multi-material, then a tool changer is going to be better. G2ZXL for the Z. On what? Joey, on what? The pitch on these lead screws is 4mm. These are just the regular Trident lead screws. What's that on the far back next to the wall? It's a sports machine. The far back next to the wall. Well, there's a drill press here, and there's a mill, a benchtop mill here, and there's a Phoenix here. Mess changer, that seems promising. On a V2 IDEX to avoid sag. Oh, yeah. We do not call bark stirl an MMU for a reason. Exactly. It's I like what Stefan CNC Kitchen calls them. Filament multiplexers. Filament multiplexers. What's making the trip to Portland? That's really, a lot of that is dependent on you guys that are going. What do you want to see? I asked this, I think, a couple of streams ago. What do people want to see? Because right now, I'm just planning on probably taking my gray Trident, Phoenix, and Cascade. One thing I don't like about switching to Linux is that I can't get Orca to launch on it. Oh. Oh, I just realized I need to change the the X-rail. Huh, I'll have to look around to see what I have. Could I use 8mm pitch for Z? Have some, yeah, sure. 8mm pitch will work. It'll have more tendency to sag. If it does sag, it'll have more tendency to. No projects, just printers. What do you mean as far as going to Vice? The only projects I might take would be maybe the little ant weight robot, maybe one of the RC cars. Oscar's wondering where treats are. Okay. I think, oh, so we can pull X belts out. Let's just do this. See Cascade, but I'm across country. There's one. Was a Tridex your least reliable Voron printer? What's the story behind this printer? It's not in terms of reliability, it's in terms of configuration. and figuring out little things that just kept me from using it. Okay, I kind of want to leave, I'm going to leave the wiring. We'll hopefully recycle the wiring. Swap the rail or remove a carriage. I'm going to swap the rail. I'd rather keep this dual carriage together. It's a really smooth. This is a really smooth carriage or rail and carriage setup. Really smooth. There's a bigger than zero chance I will be in Portland for Friday only. Fly in the morning and back at the late afternoon. I'd like to see the crew, Phoenix and Cascade. Awesome. I hope to see you there, Derek. Okay, where is, as we start pulling these off. Is this an available kit? No, this is all, one of the nice things about this setup here is this is just a community mod. So there's nothing product about it. I can approach it from a different mindset. You meant Saturday? Okay. Well, that makes more sense because more things will be going on Saturday. How did hey buddy. How did this actually go together? It's been a while. Do I need to pull this whole thing apart? I guess so. They both end in day. Hey, pop away. Looking to a Leo tool changer. What tool head and extruder would be best to use? I don't know what a Leo is, and I don't know what a Coronavirus 350 is. Is Doug going to be at Vice? He is. Yeah. You're converting your Tridex. I am converting my Tridex to a TriMax. It's still going to be two tools. I'm gonna, Zarancho's tool, here's the printed parts for the carriage. This goes here, and then this I think goes something like this, or maybe it's this. I'll have to figure that out. Hey Jeremy, and welcome Max. Are you ready for this coming week? So Max, I ordered 2 low tension keybacks, so we can at least not have to worry about umbilicals falling into the homing spots. I'm not ready. I'm not ready either. So I've got that's the backup plan. That's the backup plan. This whole thing is going to come off to here when I loosen this screw. Bob, welcome. I don't remember how this all. Is there a screw here? Yeah. It's been far too long since I've pulled this thing apart. I'll just kind of pull this apart right on the don't get it. Don't get how. Well, I guess that'll just come off like that. There we are. Tool changer landscape is going to look very different by the end of 2026. Yeah, I agree. Tool changers are exciting. It is where I'm interested. I really want enclosed tool changing. So this right here is my continued search for that dream. Okay, what else is under there? This is all just kind of hanging here now. Oop. Bye-bye. Okay, we got bits and pieces all over the place. Bye-bye bearing stacks. Yep. Hello, little dents on my ACM panels. Bruce has really got me wanting the core one with index. Mm-hmm. I agree. Hey, Killer Prince. Meant to raid over, but couldn't figure that out. I'll give you a hand with that if you want at some point. It's called redirect. It's called redirect in the... You can work on the printer and just barely notice Oscar there. But much to his annoyance, I'm sure. There you go. Little short Y belts. Okay. So now we can pull these big chunky front idlers off. Thought I'd switch to a tool changer Cocoa Press. There you go. Index has been pushed back. Well, as long as they get it right. Cheddar Mini, yes. As long as they get it right. That's the thing. They don't want to rush it. Chip, thank you for becoming a member. What is Cascade again? Cascade is a Voron desktop CNC mill. Okay, this is just, that doesn't just pop out. Why doesn't that? Oh, because there's screws on the front. The tension screws. Cocoa Buddy is getting super close. Is Index not coming out in November now? That's a good question, Salty Day. I haven't actually seen Q1 2026. So really it's disappointing, but we want him to get it right. Take the time you need to. There's nothing. Oh. You are really. Oh. It's possible and unlikely the proofs index would come out first. They won't be taken. Yeah, I have no idea. Go. Feed me. He is looking for attention. He's getting attention. Where's Felix decided that I wasn't interesting enough. Did that come across? Dead Bob, welcome. Are you keeping the Y-assist? No. So I saw a question kind of related earlier. We will be installing Vitali's CNC gantry setup, which will put us back at a traditional Core XY motion system. I wouldn't mind going to a Quad XY setup for this, but I don't have parts for that. Hi, Haley. Ooh, it's her birthday tomorrow. Well, everybody say happy birthday, Haley. I just put some filament in a dryer to finish up my V0, same color as your shirt. Oh, awesome. Max is here to dance for us. Here, a Haley birthday. Okay, it is treats time because this little guy did you even chew that? You didn't. I didn't hear a single chew. There we go. There's a chew. I love how he involves his paws. Felix. You want a treat? Felix isn't around. Okay. Is that better? You leave me alone now? Nope. Kids are getting very demanding about food and treats. They keep claiming that we never feed them. Okay. Go. All this stuff comes out. Oh, I got those tight. Tight. What do we got here? Is that this one? Is that a standard Tridex 250 or is it larger? So this is a 250 in depth, but I use 350 extrusions for width. I'm building a switch wire. The Gates GT2 belts I bought are twisted and kinked. How can I fix them? Just install them. They will form back to how they should be. I would just install them. So everyone's smiling on her face reading the comments right now. It's bananas. That's awesome. Oop, little piece. And how does this come out? Is there a... So you come out? Where are you coming out? Is there another screw under there? Oh yeah, there is. Screw going this way. Okay. A little bit of fading on the extrusion. Go. So 3D Printopia was a lot of fun. It's good seeing people, and really biggest thing there, especially this year, there wasn't a whole lot really new there except for Tube Compact. So it was really about people, just seeing people. Oop. $100 tool version of Phoenix. Index Phoenix. Come on. Why aren't you? And Max and Steve Kostream and Elmer Fudd hats. Any news about Tribent? No, it's sitting over there in the corner. Jeez. There we go. Wow. Okay, that is front idlers. Oh, I gotta be careful. Let me grab some little stoppers since the carriages don't have anything stopping them right now. Those are wrong ones. Oh, I don't have enough. Grab the rubber ones. Go. Just some little, keep the little rubber bumpers. There we go. Okay. Oh, we are probably not going to continue using Euclid. I may do Revo PZ on one of the tool heads. Utopia was fun. It was nice to clasp claws with everyone. It was first time meeting Krusty in person. Yeah, we got a Krusty sighting. We were only missing a Shane. Okay. All the parts I'll have to clean up later. Hue Forge of even a 15 index, yeah. That was a stretch, John. Okay, so clean up the frame too. Shane's gone crazy again and prepping for another 1440. The thing that was originally supposed to be a every couple of years thing that's turned into every year. Like to see a short gantry version of Phoenix to avoid some of the thermal expansion issues of long x-axis. Well, hopefully we've got that at least mitigated. We just need to get some print time on it is the thing. And the umbilical getting in the way issue has stopped a little bit of that, but stretch further coming out. Okay, how do these things come out of here? By removing the screws, that's how. Looking forward to the Printers France remix of Phoenix. I think a 240 build with some V0, 4 V0 beds would be a lot of fun. Use case for Phoenix, it would have thousands of hours on it. But honestly, Robert, I mean, the hesitation here is before this latest round of changes, you would have had thousands of hours of poo print quality, right? So it's got to get to a point where we feel like the design is validated enough to where it's not wasting people's time. I've been saving V0 beds just for that. Nice. I'm down to waste time to help. What's a bed size on the Tic Tac? 120. It's a V0 bed. What do you see as a major pain point with CAD software in the maker community? Major pain point with CAD software? Learning curve? Other than that, that's a good question. I don't know. Wasting time is what I do best. Yeah, it's the same, John. All the bearings. I'd be single if I built a fingernails. Ooh, I'm doing good at catching stuff that I'm dropping. Yeah, learning curve. Yeah, I mean, capabilities are all there. I mean, you can do some pretty amazing things if you know how to do it, if you navigate that learning curve. But my brain is too damaged to Tinkercad. See, the problem is Tinkercad is giving you brain damage. You gotta just go straight to a proper parametric workflow. Unless you're Max, and then you don't parametric's a bad word. CAD is a thought process, absolutely. There's a certain mindset. You need to be able to think in a certain way. More familiar key bindings and terminology? I don't know. Go check out CAD class. They're local here to me, and they do CAD classes. Okay, how does this? I'd throw cost in that mix too. Fusion is good with a hobbyist license, but others are way out of line. Well, I mean, there is free CAD. I think there's a lot of capable free options. Oh, so CAD class is an online thing there, Evian. It's just that they happen to be one of the people there happens to be local here. Okay, how does this come off? I think I just pull this whole thing out of here. Slowly getting there myself with Fusion as I use it. Not a bad idea. Maybe find a class like that for me. There are quite a few pretty good channels that do CAD stuff. Whenever I'm looking to do something new, I usually go looking and okay, so then we have the Y stepper here, which did have to come off after. And usually, even if it's newest iteration, the UI. And maybe that's a thing. Someone had mentioned, I think, the a standardization in terminology and interface would be helpful. How does that come off? Why is that not coming off? How does that come off? There's no fastener. Oh, it was just on the little tabs. I see. There we go. What camera do you have on that printer? That's one of the wave share little cameras in a mount that I don't think is available anymore. Printer OSs have taught us anything, it's that standardization is bad. You don't think standardization of terminology though? I'm not saying. I don't know. Okay, I don't know what I'm gonna do with those NEMA 14s. Can limit innovation and competition. Jake, this is when I stream all the time. Wow, this is my normal stream. Of course, the new Wednesday streams. Anybody who doesn't know, I've been streaming on Wednesday. It's not guaranteed to be every Wednesday, but when I have stuff, extra stuff I want to cover, I'm going to start doing it on Wednesday. Bye-bye. Hey, Ref. Okay. Next one out. Most CAD packages have keystroke mapping concepts. This is a Thursday stream for you. I know, I'm just usually at work and I just miss seeing the most handsome beard across the pond. What's the most handsome beard on your side of the pond? It took me a while to find. I had my ads on for a while. I've never had the money to buy Iron Cat. Huh. Never heard of it. Those two, all this, all these parts. Aren't beards illegal in the USA now? No, I would think quite the opposite. Worldwide title. Okay, that is the gantry apart. Basically from here down should stay the same. Brian Blessed. I don't know who that is. Mainly 3D Studio Max and some Blender. Okay, let me get some of these parts out of the way and let's get a closer look at this. Get a closer look at the Vitali gantry setup. Blessed. Ah, Brian Blessed. He's an actor. Oh, okay. Played Vulcan on the 1980s Flash Gordon movie. Appreciate and applaud all the for you out there that really need to do more to bring UX folks into the mix earlier in development. Are you going regular MadMax or crazy IDEX quad MadMax? No, just regular IDEX. And welcome, Wally. Okay, I've got bumps, I got stops here, so we're not gonna lose that. It's the king of the bird people in Flash Gordon. Okay, don't remember. I think I watched much of that. Let's go ahead and pull these parts out of the gantry. Time Everest without oxygen and sulfur temperature. Oh no, yeah, that's not a good thing. So it is fortunate that next week I will be in very close direct proximity to one of our great vendors, because if I can't find a single carriage rail, it's not going to delay the project. Brian damage. One of the finest swears. I am too, you just don't see it. Some of you will attest to that. Okay, so let's put some stops on this. And we might as well take this carriage off, this rail off. Because it's not going to be used. Is it now, man, Bob? Should be silent. Why? Hear nothing, speak nothing. That vendor is having a heck of a sale this weekend. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, sanity. Yeah, so seriously, I need to look in my little drawer here to see if I have anything fresh. If not, I'm going to be procuring a berserker rail or whatever their thing is. Ooh, one thing I could do. I have one of their ultra expensive rails. Maybe I can, a carriage and rail. Maybe I can get just the longer rail for that. Don't know, but this will go in my little drawer. I have, here, let's go here for, oh, you can see it from there. I have a drawer of rails now, including Phoenix style rails. Ooh, I could always cut, that's a new berserker rail. I could cut that down. But then when would I use that for the something else? I don't have anything right there. No, I don't. I doubt I do, because this would be for a 350. This is a 350 spec rail because that's the width of the machine. Oh, wait, how long is that? Motion perfect. Yeah, I have a 250 rail. Yeah, this is 400, so it should be. I have a 300 millimeter motion perfect rail. The plan is eventually to put it on my gray Trident when we do the next round of modifications on that, which may be sooner than later. Why not just take the second carriage off? Because what if I want to do something IDEX later? It is a really nice rail. It's very smooth. What are these? They are Z0. If I just took the rail off, I wouldn't be contributing to my own personal parts mountain as much. that second carriage on the other one later. I don't like to cross, especially those, the inexpensive rails. I don't like to cross those between rails and carriages. Yeah, Conic Fab. Okay, so that's there. So let's get a closer look at Vitali's CNC carriage stuff. So we got XY joints. Now, these are not technically black. I know it looks like it. This was an attempt, a valiant attempt, at doing a custom color for me because I wanted closer to this gray. I wanted something not black, and I'm guessing that is super hard to do. But if you hold this up against black, you can see it's not quite black. So, like, so this is really a very dark gray. Well, I get it. I mean, like, black Sharpie is like really dark purple. You have some blacks that are really dark red, really dark something. Anyway, but this is what we're going to use. So we have those. So these are going to go in the back there. It's like that. So that's that side. That's that side. And then we have some XY joints that are kind of pre-assembled. This was the other color request, was a little darker than raw aluminum silver. That was nailed. But the other just not quite light enough. So this goes over here on that side. This is gonna go on this side. Oh, some of the high quality bearings and pins end up using. And then I think these are the front idlers. Why would anyone care about that spacer color? I care about that spacer color. Step away for a second. What are we doing today? What is TriMax? It's a 2-tool tool changer setup. Garrett, and welcome. Orange anodized CNC washers. Came out really nice. Cool. So these are the front Tally 3D. And these are the front idlers. So similar thing, all custom anodized. Pain to get out. There we go. Seems OCD colors matters. 2 tools max. Are there other kinds of tool changers for Trident? It's not 2 tools max. Although nobody has done, or that we know of has done, a more than 2 tool MadMax setup, it is possible. So this is 2 screws here. I think that being a rigid setup here, this doesn't twist. It's a cool setup, but it would have been far better using just 1 screw, because no matter what you do here, one of these screws is going to be loose. So it should be used with TriMax. No, it should not. Now these are cross-compatible for the front idlers with V2, so we'll have to swap out some of our T-nuts for an M3. There's a quad there? Oh, okay. So someone has done a quad in the Discord stream chat. Let's see. we've got about an hour and a half until we're giving away a roll of Polymaker filament, so be sure you enter. We are not at a 50% like ratio right now. Just weld them and they'll be stuck. Yes, they would be. Those are my Quad XY MadMax build. And we'll have 6 tool heads in stream chat on Discord. Awesome. Check. So if anybody's not in the Discord, there is a link in the description to join. Alternative magnets. Oh boy. Yeah, be sure to check that out. Okay, so I need to figure out what steppers I'm using. These are not... Let me see what I have around here. That's that. Get endless amounts of pepper spam from yours truly. Actually, I don't really spam much there. Nope, you don't, which is good. Just right. Okay, steppers. What am I using for steppers? Oh. Going to parts where I just pulled steppers out of another printer. We're 24 volts on this thing. Maybe we can run these superpowers. Or, what do we have here? These are 2504s. Do I have 2 of them? No. Where are the... Yeah, let's just we'll put these superpowers on for right now. I know I have other steppers around. It might be in the other garage. We'll just put these on as placeholders at least. Do you happen to own a Duet Revo tool board? I do. I do, Ella. It's on on my V2. Why? What exactly is TriMax? Hey, Digital Panhandler. TriMax is a 2-tool tool changer setup. TriMax is just the name I've dubbed this printer based on, I think it was Joey's suggestion, someone's suggestion in chat a while back. I had Clipper support. I need someone to test and report back to Kevin. I won't be able to test that. Not on that printer. I need it to stay rep firmware. Okay, let's get things installed. Those don't appear to be high temp steppers since they don't have integrated leads. That's correct. These are not high temp. I don't know that they're the ones I'm going to ultimately use on here. So, that's probably pretty good. Okay, so these are intended to be cross-compatible with V2 and Trident. So I'll print some covers to put over the little belt space spot. But for right now, and it uses an M3 on either side instead of the M5. So let's swap this out. Swap these out. At least hopefully we can get these out. Oh, the cat cam is on. There we go. I'm hoping you were getting the Tridex and putting in a Venture XL or Phoenix. Oh no. I mean, I have a Phoenix. I have a IDEX Phoenix. Let's see if we can get these out of here. Some of these can be tight. I'll do it without screwing up the there we go. Ooh. 1, That one came out a lot easier. Would streamline the process a ton. What was that? Yeah, too far up. Oh, there's only one down here. Okay, cool. The previous setup only used one M5 in the top, so I'll leave that one there. We'll take this one off the side though. That one came off easy. Go. There. Pop that one out. It came out easy too. Awesome. Oh, did come out easy. Pop back in. There we go. Okay. And then on the back, it stays like that. Let's get some cleaning. Wipe out some of the junk in the, nope. Just create all kinds of dents in my ACM panels. Tail. Where's the cat? What are we talking about? Cat tail looks like it's coming out of the printer. What cat tail? I'm not ready. Lots of, ooh. Dirty, dirty. This has been through a couple of drywall things in the other garage. So that's what's going on top here. Some drywall. Dirty, dirty. I might change the clipper works or he won't accept it. Well, that makes sense. I just can't. That setup just won't work. It's got a can, it's got a rep firmware can setup. So it's not feasible for me to test that. I would if I could. Let's do a little bit of cleanup before we rebuild. Someone who has a board not currently in use, yeah. Okay. Here. Nope. Okay, I'll have to shift the camera a little bit. Oh. Go. Braided wire cover on this build. Yeah, I'm hoping I can leave that. A little bit of adhesive on the top there. Clean off a little bit. Hi. What? Can you guys hear that? He is talking. Hey, Slim Good. Hey, we hit over 50% likes. Let's keep it going. Can we hit 200 before filament giveaway time? Hey, BBs. Okay, this is gonna go there. This might be a relatively short stream today. We'll see. That was a problem. Scared Oscar. How have you found cooling on your Trident with Zoll? I find it to be much less than Yavoth and Anthead. I don't know. I mean, I've only printed ABS on it, so it hasn't been a problem. Okay, let's figure out what we need. Oh, that's a whole lot lighter. Angry cam on the TriMax. It is. It is. I think that is what it was called. Okay, we have parts. We have spacers and fasteners and shims. Then we have more spacers and bearings. Does anyone put clipper on a core one? Of course, with a different main board. I asked because it would be cool to be able to control the Z motors independently. Hey, Felix. Okay, we got them both now. Orange frames. It has been a project I've wanted to add to the list of buying just a core one upgrade kit and using that as the foundation for a custom build. So, and then that would probably be clipper with a different main board and stuff. It is a cat raid. What's up, guys? Okay, Felix is here. We're gonna do treats. Oscar gets double treats, but Felix needs treats. So polite compared to you. There you go. Good job. Oh, Felix. There you go. Felix is a drooler. Felix drools. See that? He drools. You can't really see. Oh. Oh, geez. What happened? There we go. Drooler. Good luck getting orange back. Gold was a hard sell with LDO for box turtle. Yeah. Yeah. Clean this up. Okay. Is there... Let's go look at Vitali's website. Do I have a page open for it already? No. Let's see. Vitali3D.com. Turning the Mark IV enclosure into Core XY using a 350 to 360 and a modded. I don't know how sturdy that is, Spectra. The rigidity might be a little bit of an issue. Okay, what do I have here? New arrivals. So let's go more on Trident parts. I don't have the double shear version. Here we go. This is what I have. Trident AB motor mounts. This is what I have. What do they have for description, contents? Okay, instructions aren't really needed. We'll probably assemble this on the printer. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's get this thing moved around. Oh. There we go. So we're gonna take this side. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, those are the same. Okay. So this is gonna go on the bottom here. I'm gonna assemble this in place. Hey, Marcel. Jason. How you doing, Jason? Do you have the little standoffs for the bearing stacks? I hope so. I think that's this thing. I think that's the parts that are in there. How you doing, Jason? I need an extra M5 thing here. Let's make sure that these will actually reach. It might. Let's find out. No, it doesn't. Okay. I gotta flip the T-nuts around in order to line up with the, you go over there. Wow. I gotta be right back. The litter robot says there's a pinch fault, so I need to go check it. I'll be right back. Nope, all is good. Okay. Someone want orange frame, might PM to check. So looking for existing stock. Okay, these are gonna be a real pain to get. Oh, there we go. Not as big of a pain. Okay. I did say litter robot. It told me that there was a pinch fault, so I had to go double check, make sure Felix wasn't getting in trouble. Okay, those are put back into place. Now, this guy go up in here. Oop, wrong side. This guy. What in the world? This one. It's playing in the dump port. Occasionally, I mean, that's the first time I've had that warning notification in a very long time. But yes, occasionally Felix decides that the litter box is a place to play. Which litter box do you have? I have the Whisper litter robot. It has been such a game changer as far as just maintenance and dealing with, makes it so much easier. Yeah, the litter robot 4. Oh, you have a LR4 now, John? How do you like it? Once I toned down the notifications to what I really need to hear, it was better. It was a little heavy on the notifications at first, but okay, let's see what we have here. We have these these I think are from West, I'm sure these are from West 3D. They're their higher quality bearings. Let's see. So here we'll have this and some screw going up through the bottom. Making some guesses here, but I think they're good guesses. ABEX 7 rain and dew ones. Yeah. Okay, so then this is the corner stack. So, almost lost a shim. So we got a shim, couple of bearings. Ooh, that's nice. Couple of shims. This is kind of nice to be able to build this on here like this. Couple more bearings. Shim. There we go. One bearing stack. And then, what are we? This is the, what is this? Is this the upper one? Yeah, this is the upper one. So there's gotta be a spacer. That's probably in here, right? Uh-oh. I had oil in mine, totally free. Uh-oh, oops. So I'm guessing, do the same thing here. Screw. Go. So now a aluminum spacer, and then the question is, do I still do, let's see, this thing? Should be able to tell because it'll come up to flush. So I think it's going to be spacer, and then does it need a shim below that? Yes. So spacer, shim, bearing, then shim. And that brings it all up to flush with the top. Grant is about to do his filament drawing. Yeah, if you're all entered in there, bring that up on a second window. Don't leave here. Okay, and then this guy can go top. should be fine. Yep. Trying to put off mowing the yard until after the drawing. Well, that's smart. They're all just dropping right into where they were. Hey, John. Okay, and then 2 more screws on top here. Now these should do Loctite. This is all metal on metal on metal. We should be doing Loctite. Switch this out. I'll get the top ones in and then I'll put Loctite in the bottom. Should be doing Loctite. Ball end driver for that. Where are you? Ball end. Where's the ball end? Huh? 1.5, 1. There it is. Don't tighten down the top pin screws until you get the spacers in for the motors. You can scratch the plates. Oh, good call. Okay, I'll loosen the bottoms. I'll loosen the bottoms. Good call. Grant, thanks for raiding in. Welcome, Musketeers. I can hear a pin drop. What? Welcome, folks. Okay, so now I'm going to loosen the bottom here per Wally's suggestion. I'll do it around, all around, so that was a good call. Yep, that whole thing is now loose. So now we have some spacers. And these guys go on top. So are these still going to be the 30 millimeters? I think. No. There must be 35s. They came with them. Ah. Just did them on your Doom and ran into that. Well, thank you. That's a good suggestion. So it goes right in there. There we go. Get that. Hopefully those are long. Those aren't too long. Find out. Squeeze in there. There we go. And one more. Go. And pulley. Now, I'm not sure that these are going to be the steppers that I end up using, so I'm not going to Loctite the stepper mounts yet. Like that. Okay, cool. Those tighten down okay. Okay. This can tighten down. Oh, I shouldn't do that yet. Oh, that's an interesting. Okay. I gotta undo all that. I gotta undo all that. Because I can't tighten and put Loctite on that one. It's not going anywhere. It's kind of captured by the stepper, but this one at least needs to be loosened. Oops, it needs to be tightened until I put Loctite on the other side. I know I'm mixing and matching where I put Loctite and when. I get that. I'm trying to figure it out as I go. Okay, so now that can loosen up here. Same thing here. Oh, come on. Where are you at? Okay. That one tight. Loosen the top. Oh, it doesn't matter. Those are all in. That's all that mattered, was that those are in. Okay, so everything's tight there. All that's good. That's right. I don't need to, all these can be Loctited because I don't need to take these spacers out anymore. They'll be fine. So that also means I can go ahead and do these as well, since they don't need to be loosened again. Okay. I've come to the conclusion that the tube hot end isn't the wise buy. Yeah? What made you figure that out? Go. Did I get these? Nope, these. Get some. Price is simply too high to justify. Yeah, I can see that. The mini tube is, I mean, I don't have a lot of time on mine. I've got a big vase mode print at Orange County Maker Fair. So, there we go. Okay, those. Get some on the top. Oop, 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 oop. You ordered the compact the other day? Cool. Okay, everything but the stepper screws themselves is now Loctited on this side. Put this up here. Like I said, mostly as a placeholder. We'll see what we end up doing. Why are you not? There we are. Price reminds me of a slice of mosquito magnum. Okay. Sweet. A bit of works. Cool. Other side. Way over there. Okay, I need to pop this out. Not good, it was easy. Put it back in the other way. Put one more in here. There we go. It's easy. Now, this guy goes on here. Just gonna go straight to, hey, see ya, John. Go have fun. We will have fun. Just gonna go straight to Loctite on these. Save some time. Go. I'll leave the top ones loose for the Bondtech with mosquito. I need to put on my Mark 3S. Hey, Birdie Printer. Okay, two over here. Go. Okay, those are on. Now we have, these guys go. These and these do. Good. Fly decks now. That goes there. Loctited. Those idlers I found. Can't wait to see how you tighten the belts with those idlers. Yeah, I'm anticipating some bit of a challenge with that too, but because it is a rigid setup with 2 screws, it's. A while back you were doing an umbilical with a Nighthawk and put the cable through the extrusions up to a mount of some sort. Do you remember if the mount was something you made yourself? I had a little keeper in there, and that was probably on the Gray Trident mod series. Hey, buddy. Okay, so shims. So shim there, shim there. Bearings, talking about with the 250 build plate and the Prusa steel sheet, the missing and the offset that you do. What? That is what you were talking about with the 250 build plate and the Prusa sheet. Yeah, I do little screws in there. I did this plate kind of custom for that. There we go. Bearings, bearing, here, here, and then shims. 2 shims on this side. Shim on this side, and then spacer, and then more bearings over here, and the last shim. That's CO Sprints. Thanks for being a member. Don't forget to like the smash button. Exactly. We're barely at 50%. Barely. Okay. So now this guy can set on top. You asked about that a while back. Yeah. And these, just kind of set these in here. Then we don't have to worry about it. Worry about scratching them. Oops. There we go. Good night, Kobe. About the Prusa steel sheet fitment. Yeah, I lose about 15 millimeters, 20 millimeters of Y space, of Y travel by doing that, by using the Prusa sheet. There we go. Hey, Mr. Road Dog. Okay. Now, those are there. These guys in. Tube compact is tempting. Unfortunately, I'm too far into the Revo system. I don't mind too much having a variety of things, but that's also kind of the nature of the channel and trying different things. Okay. Okay, and then the last two screws here. Trying different things for science. Okay. 1 and 2. Okay, I came up with best Revo storage this week and decided if I should just put it up in printables or wait for a contest. Yeah, that's a tough one because a lot of the contests you can't do previously published models. This and a pulley. Just a little bit there. This guy will go up. Okay. Not super critical right now, but get the pulleys close to the right spot. Oops. Go. Really close to the right spots. Okay. What do we got? 53 minutes till filament time. Ooh, I missed the back of the top of the frame here. Okay, so these guys, that's the correct one. That's the lower belt. So it's gonna go over here. We're gonna have to pull this partially apart, but we need to put M3 T-nut in here. M3 T-nut right there, and one on the bottom. Nope, not that one. Okay, so let's take a closer look at this guy. So like I kind of showed before, this is meant for both a Trident and a 2.4, so that's why the belt spot is there. So I'll end up printing a small little silver cover there to cover that up. I think I'm going to leave the rest. There are spots to print and mount little covers on. Oh, we might need to make sure it'll clear the doors. Well, that'll be fun. Okay, we'll check that out. But yeah, it needs a cover there and there, which I don't have printed yet. But we'll get them on here. So I think we need to loosen these. Hopefully that'll give us enough compliance to, yeah, looks like probably. Yep. Okay, so the other thing is, let's go from this side, I think. Now, I happen to have this wire here for the camera, so I'm just going to tuck that in. Otherwise, so tuck that in, and do I have a, I thought I just had a length of, kind of a length of, yeah, there. Excuse me, had to sneeze. Yeah, I'll tuck this in here. So let's get that really close so you won't be able to see. 4 printers with 8 Revo hot ends. Nice to know if I have an issue on one, I have spares to move around. Okay, so let's make a mark here. There we go. Mark on there. That. There we go. Won't even be able to tell. Push all of this down. There we go. Alex. This in the beginning. What is a TriMax? It is my name for my Trident MadMax setup. Okay, lining up the T-nuts. Those move really close. Oh. Okay. So there are, let's go do a little search here. Let's do a little search. I want to see if there is an existing, I think there's probably an existing printed part that we can snag for this. M3 by 10 button head is what I want to use. William Nelson. Say MadMax, I hear last to the V8 interceptors. So you're not wrong, but in this context, this is a two-tool tool changer from Zaruncho. Let's get these up here temporarily, and holy moly. Okay, so we've got our first little problem here, as who was it? Was it Wally mentioned or Holtz? Probably might have been Holtz. That's the front. That's the frame. That is not gonna work. Just realized we're going off script for names. Should be Orange Trident, shouldn't it? Well, this has always been Tridex. Now it was VT Orange before that, but since it's a unique setup, need a frame stretcher. Yeah, okay. The problem. Okay, let's do some checking. Let's do some checking. Let's do some checking. So there's a couple of things here. Let's go back. And we have, where are they? These guys, front idlers for Voron printers. This is it. Oh, so never mind. Never mind. We don't have to do that. I'm just looking at this. It's not mounted all the way towards the front frame. It doesn't have to be. We look at these parts. Okay. Hey, Richard Cook. Should be able to slide those back for enough to clear. Yep. That's what I'm realizing right now. I'm realizing that. Oops. Let's do this. There we go. That's a good view. So this part here is quite a bit. This is the old, basically one of the old idlers. If we set that in there, we could move that back by quite a bit and be fine. So that is what we'll end up doing. So that's good to know. So if we loosen this, and loosen that, don't be lazy, build a Susan. I know. Have all the stuff, just need to do it. And plus that will keep my carriage from going off the Going off the rails. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do a little bit here. We're going to do some quick modeling. Huh? People like it when we model stuff, right? Okay, we're going to start up Fusion. We are going to start up Fusion. No, we're gonna go right off the rails because, I mean, I said we're gonna be a little light on as far as stream length here today, but with a little Fusion time, we'll bring it right back to where we want it. Hey, Stuart. I'm starting up Fusion. There might be some hiccups in the stream here. Okay, that is started up. Let's see where we're at. This will be fine. Let's go here first. So we have this, front idlers for Voron printers. If we go here, looks like he might have some optional, with clamps. I see, you can get it with clamps or with none. And these would be the V2 clamps. And then there's some printed parts. This is what I was talking about, printed parts. You guys have those beta orange Trident frames. Well, it was a normal sold color before at one point. Okay, so those are printed parts. If we go down here, there is a printable parts link. Let's go to, let's just go to, okay, printable parts. I don't really like, I don't want to use full, okay, I don't really want to use full, the V2 ones, so we're going to make our own. Let's look at, are there any, here, let's go find, aha, good job. Vitaly, you rock. We got step files. We got step files, so we want the belt clamp. So let's download this. Oh, it's only step files. Rad. Rad. Okay, oh, there we are. Save as. And I've got a TriMax folder set up. TriMax. It's got some A4T stuff in there right now, but let's save that. Computer acting stupid. Please make sure I only entered giveaway once. I think it'll only let you, but I'll double check. Thanks for the heads up. Okay, so that is there. So let's go over here. And do I have a, no, did I set up something here? Let's go back. Let's go up to community projects. Is that where I put it? Yep, there we go. TriMax. So let's upload that step file that I grabbed. Oop, there we go. TriMax. There we go. Belt clamp. Let's upload that. This will just give us a little bit of Hey, Bryce. Okay, I've set this, just kind of set this to where the heads of the screw are flush, and we will adjust that to be about 1 millimeter back, I think. Okay. Okay, we have our belt clamp here. So we're gonna pull this up, and right now that's set up for V2 with all the extra little bits and pieces we don't need. So how thick is this? If we go I, do an info to measure the distance between these, this is 5 millimeters. So if we looked at that, and how thick is this? Let me grab a ruler and see how thick the physical part is. Actually, where's my calipers? Here we are. So I'm gonna see how thick this flange is, because I don't think it's 5. It is 5, okay. So that's 5 and 5, that's 10, and then a 6 millimeter deep channel on the extrusion means that we're too close. So I'm gonna give some feedback to Vitali that I would make these 6 millimeters thick. I'm not gonna machine this in aluminum, I'm gonna print it. So when we're looking at fastener lengths, we want to make sure that we're not bottoming out the fastener in the extrusion slot. The extrusion slot is 6 millimeters thick. The stack up of parts here is 5 plus 5, so 10 millimeters. So a 16 millimeter standard fastener is going to have a chance of bottoming out in the extrusion. So to keep that from happening, I'm gonna make this 6 millimeters thick instead. I could either do that or make this much thinner and use the 10 millimeter fastener. But I start to run out of 10 millimeter fastener length, because that's the next size down. 12 is not a common size within at least within the Voron ecosystem. So we're gonna stick with 10 or 16, so I'll make these for 16. This is a printed part, Wally, and the belt will compress. So for the design, I would not rely on the belt taking up space if you want to prevent the extrusions from scratching. So we're going to start here with just there's a simplify model function, isn't there? That's kind of a new thing, isn't there? Simplify model. Simplify. Remove features. What will that do? Let's remove, no, I don't want to remove holes. It's this guy. See what that does. I've never used this actually. It's an old tool, but I've never used it. What is this? Delete? Is that what I want to do? Ho ho ho! That was rad. That was rad. That's like perfect. I don't need any of that stuff it deleted. All I need is this spacing right here and that dimension. It's not a new tool. It's a new tool to me. A new tool to me. Here, let's see if this matches. So I'm gonna measure this is 24. It's neat, I use Fusion a lot, I had no idea. I always forget that it's there. 24.5 millimeters wide. So how wide is this part? Here to here, 24.5 millimeters, perfect. So what I want to do is basically, let's create a new sketch here. And on the 5 millimeter side, we're gonna extend this out. Will it fit in the tooth belt clamp area? Oh, so I could model in features to where it locks into the toothed little spot on here, but I'm not going to. I think this feature that I'm going to add here is going to index it adequately. I am going to undo this. On this side, I'm just going to select these two fillets and delete those because I don't want those there right now. So now I'll create a sketch up here, and we're just going to create a box here. That's it. And I'm going to measure here that I'm going to want this to be 8 millimeters, I think will be enough. I think it'll be enough, 8 millimeters. So dimension this to 8 millimeters. And finish. Then we're going to extrude this, and we're going to go to here, and then go an additional 5 millimeters. Well, it's Sormson. This is what we're doing here. So I needed to create a ledge there. I wanted a ledge. I didn't want to just extend it out. I want a ledge, because what this is going to do is when we screw this down onto the top, this is going to give us a spacer that'll keep us consistent on both sides and everywhere. And then I did want to, remember, I do want to push this another millimeter. Why did that not? Remove features, offset face, let's go a new offset then. 1 millimeter, there we go. So, and this doesn't have to be a full millimeter. I didn't have to make this, I could go like 0.6 millimeters. That would give me enough clearance there. And just maximize my engagement of the screw in the fastener and make this less bulky, slightly less bulky. So then if we do that, now I am going to add some fillets here and here. I'll just go ahead and keep the, looks like they're 1 millimeter. So we'll just, oh, it wasn't 1 millimeter. What are these? Let's see. Could have been scratch modeled in 2 features. Whatever. Yeah, 1 millimeter. That's fine. Okay. These should actually be 1 millimeter to match up with the, I don't know why these aren't 1. Nope, 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 that's not what I want. Here, let's go ahead and do this. Let's just get rid of these 2 then. And then it's 1 millimeter looks like the actual machine part, so we'll make that match. I am using the paid version. I do pay. I use Fusion enough, and I try to use it for cam enough that the paid version is worth it to me. I haven't changed. I don't recall changing the defaults here, Ella. So I don't know. Okay, so then we're gonna just do a chamfer. I'm gonna do a heavier chamfer around here and see what we can get away with. Might be able to go, I don't really want to do 1, but maybe we'll do 0.8 just to give it a little more heavy look, and then we'll do a couple of chamfers on the circles here, just our 0.4s. That is it. Not really anything else we need to do. We can print 4 of these, and these will be the spacer, and it'll index everything. Yeah, We want to give this a little ease that to ease any PA issues here. We can just give this a small 0.4 or whatever fillet, but I don't really want that to, I want that to kind of be a sharp corner. But that's what we will put on there. That will mean that we are using 16mm fasteners for the M3 and the M5. So let's just save that. There's no reason to keep the old version there because this is the one we're using. One thing, what does this? Here, let me do a quick sketch here. I want to see circle. I want a 6mm. Okay. I wanted to make sure that a 6mm, the head of the button head screw wasn't going to overlap that because that would bug me. So, I just wanted to make sure that I didn't want to tweak this feature at all. Did you use chamfer over fillet for printability? Yes. This will be the bottom surface. This will be the print down surface. You never put a fillet down against the print surface. If you do, you get the disapproval Steve icon pointed in your general direction. Okay, so let's save this. Okay. Chamfers ideally should be smaller than the radii it goes around in the corners. Yes, and that's why I changed that to 0.8 instead of 1. So it's not a sharp corner there. Okay, save that. So I do have the proper filament in the other core one. So why don't we send this over there? And if I want to put that on its face, and then before I do this, if I go here, because if I put this out on GitHub, I might as well export this plate as STL, and that will save the print orientation. Yeah, and then we need 4 of these. Oop, not 5. And all of this is all correct, but I think the last print I sent, I feel like PA needs to be increased a lot. Yeah, PA needs to be bumped up for this filament profile. So let's go over here, and I think this needs to be quite a bit up. I'm just gonna guess it and throw it 0.048 instead of 0.04, and we're gonna save this as a new profile because that 0.04 works good for KVP, but this is 3D print life silver. Okay, not using the Phoenix for this print. Yeah, slice it, and we got 40 minutes, but it has all of its print warm-up stuff, so it'll probably take about an hour to get this print out. Stick here and there and confirm. Now I'm gonna go double check that I've pulled the purge line off of that printer, so I'll be right back. I had not. So I'm glad I checked. See you, Alex. Okay, so that is there. We can get the other side basically in place. What do we got? 20 minutes until giveaway time. Let's see here. Seeing some more crud in extrusions. What tool heads will we be using? A4T. Using A4Ts. Telxoid is helping me make sure that they are modified for my purposes properly. And we'll make sure those become available. They're not ready yet. Okay. So we can put this on. No reason why we can't put this on, because the printed parts that are going now are just going to set on top of them. So there. Not sure what or if we're going to do on Wednesday. Since I'm leaving for Vice on Thursday, I may not have time for a stream, but keep an eye out. We'll see. This, what part of the tool head isn't ready for MadMax? Here, I'll show you. I've got a test print of the tool head. This, there we go. Goes there. It's all loose here. So this is A4T basically, right? This is the main body. And this is, I think, for a dragon or whatever. Final Vice prep on Wednesday. Maybe. Andrew and Telxoid have made modifications to add the docking points on here. So docking points directly to the side of the tool head. And that's the gist of the changes. But this turned out really good. This is KVP Graphite ABS on the core one here. The profile for that is really nice. There is a lot going on in this. Here, let's go here. There is a lot going on in this print. There were some built-in supports that I think I've tossed at this point, but yeah, very clean. But it's not, I'm gonna be using Revo, and this one is not. I just wanted to do a test print, get a feel for it. This is the first A4T I've printed, but yeah, turned out really good. Yeah, I'll be using Revo, not on this particular one. This was just a test, and I'll probably reprint these in the silver. Either I'll do gray with silver extruder or the other way around. And then we printed, this is the carriage, so we'll figure that out. This will be a lot of next stream will be getting this piece right here so we can belt this up. And that'll be after we're back from Vice, and I'll have a replacement rail, I hope. Do the fan fits? I had a good time with the scaling. Do the fans need to be deshrouded or do they just slide in there? I haven't checked. I mean, I gotta make sure I have. That's something, okay. So that'll be a good thing. I will, oh, I don't have any right here. Where are I need to make sure I have enough fans. I think I do. But if I don't, we'll get some. What do we want? Yeah, I'll pick up some fans. I'll pick up enough fans while I'm there. Let's just see if these fans fit. These are generics. These are, I do need a shopping list. Let's just see if these fit. Where did the tool head go? I set it down. Oh, I set it down over here. Yep. Fit just fine. That one did. Hopefully any others do. Berserker 2510s are great. They have a tack wire. Yeah, maybe I need to, where can I make a list? Okay, folks, I need fans. Let's see, let's bring up Google Docs. New blank document. West 3D shop ice shopping list. 400 millimeter MGN 12 rail. 4010 blower fans times 4. 2510, right? Axial fan times 2. Print the glue in fan parts, they focus the air better. Where is that? Make sure you print the glue in fan parts. That's there. Oops. Let's go here. A4T GitHub. Another 4010. So this is the tool head. Dual 4010. I forgot what they called them. If you're planning to go to West 3D, I could arrange to bring them bagels that day, then tell them to share with you. I would not argue against that. Backflow inhibitor. STL backflow inhibitors. A4T backflow inhibitor install spacer tool. Oh, I think I saw this. Okay. Take apart the fan and install the printed piece. Make sure the 4010s you get don't have the front face glued onto the main body of the fan. Do the West 3D ones have that? Yeah, this fan might not be coming out. Oh, yeah, I can get that. There we go. I just went into the screw holes here and just gently pried against the side here. That worked pretty well. I wonder if these come off easy. It says, no, they don't just snap off. These are glued. It looks like, oh, nope, it pops off. So that's a piece. It probably goes in right here. Is that where that piece goes, is down into here? Won't fit into the slots, they're a bit thicker. Okay, that's good to know. So I want like GDS time. That seems to be the go-to on these. Okay, that's good to know. I will. They have steps for that in their instructions on the Git. That's good to know. Okay. That means we want to go here. We want to say 3DS time. GDS time, that's it. Not 3D. Let's see. S3D.com. Do they have GDS time? 4010. GDS time 3030. Uh-oh. GDS time 4010. Here we are. Sold out. Uh-oh. Okay. Maybe I will look at the, I'll have to look at the stealth changer parts and pay those back. So, okay, where were we? We were getting this installed. We have 11 minutes until our filament giveaway. We have over 300 people here and almost 200 likes. Okay, I don't think I need to actually put fasteners on here because we're going to be putting this together with the printed parts here in a bit. So let's get, since I can do this, I think live or on printer, let's get that out of the way. Look at these guys. Like 2 days from Amazon, 13 for the pair. Yeah, let me see. PDS time, 4010, 24 volt. Oh yeah, 2 of them for $13 here tomorrow. Yeah, I'll just get 3 2-packs. Add to cart. Proceed to checkout. Wow, when I add 3, they'll be here Friday. That's okay, I don't need them before Friday. That's okay, it's here, it's on the way. Okay, I don't want to not have those when we come back. So those are there. Sruncho, welcome. It's my affiliate link. It's already done and ordered. Okay, so these are Vitali's XY joints already pre-assembled here. So let's just see how, oops. Okay, so the Tridex setup used a M3. Who's your favorite vendor? The one that has a part I want in stock. Yes. So I try to spread out what I order from the various vendors because frankly, they're all awesome. But proximity pays a factor when I am in a hurry for a part. So this is not 5 millimeters. Therefore, let's see, did this come with, those are that. What else do I have? So these are, oh, these are fasteners for the front. Oh, he included some hammerhead T-nuts for the front idlers, but I'm not gonna use those. And a bunch of stainless hardware I'm not gonna use. For the XY joints, I don't think I have anything, but that's gonna need to be 8 millimeter fastener, not a 10. So fortunately I have those. You can see that a 8 will be about a millimeter up from bottoming out. So. And I'll do Loctite when we actually tighten this down. Five by 8s are what you're always out of. I've got 8s, 10s, 12s. And then 16, and for some reason 18, and then 30. Okay. Is it a joint on the wrong side? It is. I do have them backwards. Yep. I do have them backwards. Doop. Got the printer working? Awesome. There we go. That's great. That's weird. That's really weird. Look at that. That fastener is going in crooked into a T-nut. Look how crooked that is. That's not good. Okay, that T-nut's bad. That's an inch. I don't know that I've ever noticed that before. Yeah, that got tapped crooked. I have never noticed that before. Let's make sure it's, let's try threading it in from the back and see what, no, it doesn't. Dom, welcome. How are you? Has been a while. Had a T-nut like that before. Just check them now all the time. Yeah, there we go. It's more like it. There we go. Much more like it. That was weird. I don't know that I've ever noticed that. Obviously I didn't notice it because I pulled that that T-nut off of here, but it may have been in a printed part that was in a harder to see spot. So, but I've never noticed. Never noticed something like that. I will be paying more attention to stuff like that now. Yeah, I've had plenty of them that aren't threaded. That kind of thing, but never that particular issue. Two more minutes until we're giving away a roll of Polymaker filament. Be sure to enter. How are we doing? We are over 200 likes, over 300 people. We're doing good. Okay. So, here's our, let that hang. This will go in here. What are we doing for these? These are going to have to be like 6mm button heads for the, because these are probably 3mm thick. Yeah. And then 3mm into the rail. Let's go. Let's view. Okay, that'll do. Yeah, that's all good. We can pull the stoppers off the back here, and then that'll push right up against there, and that'll be our index point. Cool. Maybe I want to finish getting my V0 fixed. Maybe I give it Steve to fix it, Smurf. Smurf will be fun. Back in Manchester. Okay, it is 1 o'clock. We will do this on time. We'll give away the other 5 gifted memberships this month afterwards, so Bob won't let me forget. Stuff out of the way. Michael. Let's see. I need to pull up the form. Got it on the other computer is where I set it up. Published, don't publish, and hi Felix. Wheel of names. Sneeze. Giveaway time. Okay, so as usual, when we haven't had a new entry in 3 seconds, I will be closing the form. So 3, can this mod go on a standard width Trident? Absolutely. It will go on a standard width Trident. You might lose a little bit of build area in the front corners. But yeah, it'll go on a Micron. It'll go on all kinds of printers. Oh, there's Oscar. Hey. 3, 3, 3. We've had a few. So 3, 2, 1. For certain there's pics of it on Adhesive. I just sacrifice some build space. Yeah. You just got one. 3, 3, 2, 1. Oh, distracted by kitty pets. Half. I'm only gonna start over one more time. Don't knock it. Are you in? Okay. Final countdown. 3, 2, 1. 3, 3, 2, 1. Done. Right before I hit the button, we got a new one. So 3, 2. Well, Jackie, I think you got it last second there. 2, 1. Save. That's a good number. 222. 222. 222 entries. Okay, GJ, you were the first. Well, Jackie, did you get in last? Nope, you didn't get in last, but you did get in. You were second to last. Okay. Portland Vice starts on, we'll say the 11th. Let's do 1 through 11. 1 to 11. Number between 1 and 11. $221 shuffles then. 22 is not between 1 through 11. Daniel, I saw you sneak in there. How are you? Burn the hedges. That's 7, so we'll do 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Spin. Who do we got? Who do we got? Who do we got? You got to be here. Say something in chat. Sabrina. Sabrina S. Sabrina S. Are you in chat? Is this the Sabrina that won the Rook? Is that right? Sabrina won the Rook. Is that right? Sabrina S. Are you here? You have 2 minutes to say something. That's what actually reminded me it was stream time. You in the script. But then I realized it was Steve time. Oh, I'm in working on a TikTok video. Oh, I see. Sabrina, are you here? Congratulations either way. You're either a Polar Ted Club member or you want to roll a filament. You are. Awesome. Are you the Sabrina who won the Rook? Congrats. I think that was a Sabrina. Sabrina. It's been a while. You did. Awesome. I am so glad I my memory. Is that working for you? I want to hear yay or nay. I hope it is. I hope it worked out. Okay, let's copy this. Let's paste it over here. Finalash, thanks for becoming a member. Towards the next build series. Thanks, Daniel. Thanks for the super chat. Okay, let me get this all taken care of for Sabrina. Everything is good. Bring up the draft. There we go. Oh, timer finished. Me. And okay, Sabrina, you should have an email from me. Stuart, thanks for the gift of memberships. Gave me an error on my last message, but yes, it's working well. Awesome. That's good to hear. That is good to hear. It survived the shipping, made it there. Awesome. Okay, Nadir, thanks for the gift of memberships. I am going to give away 5 here in a moment, but let me clean up pin post and stuff. I keep forgetting to clean up the description. Get this all cleaned up and save. Okay, everything's cleaned up. Let's close this. Let's go ahead and clean this up. Doop. Oh, what was that? Oh, S, B. Oh, S, B. There we go. Steve builds. Spin. Anyway, back to here. B1. Here, let's do gifted memberships. Member gifting. Send 5. There you are. Still have 300 people here. Get a few more. Be later this month that we'll do the member stream. And oh, there we go. Awesome. Okay, so let's get, I think as far as this, I can put this on because I can bolt the extrusion to the front. Yeah, you can bolt the extrusion to the front, or the rail to the front with this on here, so there's no reason. I don't think there's any reason not to do it. Where did that? There it is. A little bit of Loctite. I'm doing this, holding this as, I mean, this is all machine parts. Everything's indexed to the back of the frame. I'm just holding this back here. And when I tighten these down, this other one out that we had. Do you have opinions on extrusion backers? They look cool. They technically work, but I don't think they're a required mod. When do you think you'll be going to West 3D? I honestly have no idea, Deanna. I'm assuming we'll end up there Thursday and Friday, maybe Thursday, I'm not sure. I don't know what the, oh, you know what? I was looking at this one. That's go in the trash. It looked malformed. It's a variable alarm clock. No snooze button. I won't go there. I think. Sure. Do. Go. So next stream, we will be getting actually into MadMax setup. I don't know how many streams this build series will be. I feel like it's going to take at least a stream of kind of setup once the physical build is done. Right there. Your micron was black with orange accent. This is orange with black accent. Basically, that's true. That would be really cool to see these next to each other. Yeah, this is a MadMax build. Right now, today has been unbuilding all of the Tridex stuff. So we pulled all the gantry off, and now we're rebuilding the gantry with the Vitali CNC pieces. So, but since I had a dual carriage X rail, I need to pick up hopefully a new rail from West 3D next week. I want to make sure this rail is centered. The Max was in TriMax. Makes a lot of sense. So let's see. That's there. So now, go ahead and these in with Loctite. Are you going to visit the shop when you're in town? Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, I'm not quite ready to do any of the actual MadMax stuff yet. Have some Toolhead stuff to figure out, to sort out. Delxoid is helping me with some of that. Yeah, I'm Loctiting all these. These are all metal to metal to metal. Right, Daniel? Metal and metal and metal. I mean, you've probably heard that many times now if you're editing the Tic Tac video. What drives the X-Rail replacement here? What do you mean? Oh, I had a dual carriage rail and I don't want to, I'll keep that as a dual carriage rail. There's no reason to, I'll keep that for a potential future project. Hey, Maker Viking. It's Mostly off memory. I'll include some clips, but a lot of it is footage I'm grabbing now. Ah. Yep. Perfect. Okay. Feels good. Everything is good. Way difficult to scrub through so many streams if I squirreling around to try and find specific things, I bet. Could remove one carriage, with this way you retain the match double. Exactly. I could very well pull it. But I mean, it's right here. And it's a really smooth rail, but I think part of that is because it's a Z0 rail. So if for some reason West 3D is out of stock, then I'll either pull a carriage or I'll cut down another rail. I don't have much for 400mm rails because I don't do. It's a Trident IDEX, Tanner Dude Man. Trident IDEX is what it was. Trident IDEX. Tridex. But it's no longer Tridex. Tridex is dead. Long live TriMax. A spare 400mm rail if you need one. I should be able to get one, Wally. Let's see if we can figure out. See, B1. Prusa Connect. Where are we at on this? It is 38% done. 23 minutes remaining. I would like to end the stream installing those. Phoenix Mini. I would like to end the stream installing those because we modeled them on stream, print them. Let's do that. We're gonna end the stream installing those. We only have 23 minutes. Prusa is really good about the accuracy of those print times, so. Let's plan and look at MadMax a little closer. Let's look at the documentation. Let's see what parts I have and what is involved in that while we wait for that print to finish. What do you think? That seem reasonable? I've got bits and pieces. I have a few printed parts that I've done. I don't have all the printed parts I need, but I've got enough that we can sit here and... It's still procrastinating. I want a meatball sandwich. I want a sandwich. Take a sandwich. I've got a box with MadMax components. There it is. There it is. Oh, where's... Oh, okay. I don't have all the stuff. I do around, but I don't have it in front of me. That's okay. Made a grilled cheese. Oh, seriously? Oh, there they are. There they are. I do have them in front of me. I've tucked them in a box. Okay, 21. So let's go to the MadMax page. Ham and cheese toasty sounds banging right now. I agree. Okay, I learned strings work well with putting laundry on the line and walking cats. Okay, I got stuff here. I got components and pieces. Let's see, get this out of the way. And, okay. Let's go back. Let's see what we have here. Tool changer system, easy to print. Key features, here we are, getting started. Let's just go through this. Steve barbecue stream? I want a barbecue. Let's barbecue. Someone else mentioned a sandwich is like a green light for me. It's all food now. It's food channel now. Food stream. I don't have anyone here. April's at work. Don't get any food delivered. Step 1 is choose the options for your printer. Top question in this section, how many options are tied together? So the safest approach is generally use a complete setup known to work, like one of the first beta builds. So we're using a Trident, we're static gantry. I want Steve eats. I want someone else to cook, I'll just eat. Change frame, travel loss will depend on the configuration. Square static gantry printers necessarily lose the front corners when using both extruders. If you want to enlarge the frame, which I've done, consider whether to go wide, deep, or tall. All can work. So we went wide. The picture below gives a sense of the space loss. So expanding your frames, premature optimization. If you don't have a driving use case, you can always build this with what you have, and if it runs into a problem, expand it later. Shift the bed. Just realized I haven't been here in 6 months. It's the first part of the Tic Tac build. We do have a lot to catch up on. Where is the taco hat? Is it right here? Yeah. It's right here. Since we're talking about food, huh? Actually, it works better. I like it better this way. It doesn't get in the way of my sight. Which dock type? Comes in a few flavors. Null, probing only as a tap or boop replacement. Gantry, attached. Only XY motion needed to dock undock. Hey, Happy, thanks for being a member. Frame attached. So we're gonna do frame attached. Right? Z motions required similar, well, it's basically gantry attached. It's basically gantry attached, but with the exception of Z wrenches T0 docks, which only fit OmniBrick, yada yada. Okay, select the Toolhead extruder combo. Did you ever try Yavoth from Chirpy? I haven't. That was actually a consideration, a last second consideration on this, but I think we're gonna continue with the ooh ee ooh ah ah. Wait, that's that. Get this tucked under here. It's really the Oscar don't sit on top of the computer blocker right now. Modbot, member for 41 months. Yeah, not too far from 4 years. Okay, so a few of the supported toolheads: A4T, Anthead, OmniBrick, Dragon Brick, that stuff. So anyway, lots of information here. Talking about, we're gonna do the A4T and Zoll by Andrew McGregor. Yeah, I'll get to it. I'll get something. I'll get it installed on something. The Yavoth toolhead. Like other toolhead options, added support for the A4T and Zoll by modifying the MadMax plates to have its own L-shaped piece. Steve Knobs, thanks for being a member. Stop 3 years. And then there's other options here, other choices. End stop consideration. So let's go back. Let's go to BOM. So there are some unique parts here. So in the Maxwell pins, we need a couple of metal pins, and then we need some plastic pins. So I do have a nice little collection of parts that I got from Zorencho at Open Sauce. Bill, thanks for being a member. Jeremy, thanks for being a member. So there are some acetal, or what are they? Acetal or palm or whatever. Plastic pins that'll go up in here. I'm gonna shove those in there right now. Okay. Oh, and then I got some 1/8 inch. Now I believe there are some mods for 3 millimeters and not 1/8 inch. Acetal, yeah. I'm gonna hop back into the Tic-Tac script. Have fun. I'll chat with you later. These are just Amazon sourced 1/8 inch dowels. What are these? 1/8 inch by 1/2 inch. Yeah, and that's the preferred. I'm pretty sure this just came from the link here. So don't knock it. Thanks for being a member. And many more months to go. Thank you. Yes, you can rough cut bar stock or even have them stick out a bit in both directions. It's only the center part touching the button head cap screw that matters. If you find 3 millimeters locally, that's fine too. You'll have to export your own STLs in that case. So there are some STLs you can export. Yeah, we'll talk about the belt clips here in a second. Yep, we're getting there. 4 plastic pins, so palm, acetal, Delrin, or Cossetal should work equally well. There's a McMaster link. I did source mine from Zaruncho himself. Probably fine are steel pins, but they will yield a higher force. Not okay as Teflon. It deforms too quickly. You want something a little more sturdy. If you find 3 millimeters locally, that's fine too. You'll have to export your own STLs. These are English sizes because we couldn't source 3 millimeter acetal rods. We have data. Some of it is at the bottom, so there's some information there. So belt pins, we need 3 millimeters by 35 millimeter steel pins, which I need to find. I should have some around. And then you could use some M3 by 30s or something longer with a nut or two on top. Alternatively, use 1/8 inch pins, but it requires to drill out some plastic. Some heat sets, and then for the clips you need some metal tubes, and I ended up sourcing these guys. I'll have to cut down. I haven't actually pulled any of these out to look, but these are slightly, I think these are slightly larger than 3 millimeters ID. What did these end up being? 304, it doesn't actually have a size on them. Let me know if you want me to turn you some pins and bring the vise. I think I'm good. I mean, I've got all of this, so. But theoretically, this should, yeah, that goes right in there. And I probably have some 3 millimeter, oh, there's some 3 millimeter rod. That goes right in there. Yep. Okay. So, got stuff I can cut down. Okay. So belt clips, the metal tubes. These are metal tubes in which belts go. Oh yeah, this is the 3.2 millimeter ID, which is what I got. Length varies with your belt and the gap between the belt file to length. Printed cuboid with matching size hole. It's great here to get a flat file and do that quickly. And they need to be for MGM 12 with 6 millimeter belts, 15.5 millimeter for the things. Stainless steel is best. That's what these are. Stainless will be stronger, but slightly harder to cut. Fairly thin, so it's not hard to work, yeah. Aluminum is fine, brass is okay. PTFE only in a pinch until the real parts arrive. Oh, so you could, in a pinch, temporarily use some PTFE filament tube. 3mm ID. I don't know how they'll, yeah. Deform under the forces and experience higher friction. Okay, so lots of sources, main electrical connections, homing, read carefully, censored, end stop based, homing recommended. What are we gonna do are we gonna just try for sensorless on this? I don't really have any provisions here for physical end stops. Are you still around, Zrencho? What do you think? What do we think on here? What do we think on poles? Oops. Let's go. Sensorless. There we go. Let's start a poll. Sensorless or censored? Can you go cartographer? No. Both can work. It says not recommended. Sensorless homing. But I would go with end stops. Haven't tried sensorless. How accurate can it be? Full step. I mean, basically. So what I would guess is the only way I would want to do sensorless is if I had offset calibrations in every start print procedure. You might be able to, you might still have to do it even with switches, but you might be able to get away with not having to do offset calibrations every print. But I would not expect offsets to be spiderweb. The carriage for MadMax already has end stop mounting holes, which should work with the Trident XY. Okay. We'll have to figure out something for Y though still, right? We'll have to figure out something for Y. You can do that with nudge, but you need clean nozzles. Exactly. Exactly. So I am going to be using nudge. There is the magical nudge. That's right there, but the calibration is messy with multiple tools. Adding sensorless just seems like a challenge, not worth it. I'm gonna agree. I just wanted to kind of see what people thought. Monolith has a nice gantry mounted end stop you could use. Simple Y mount for Y, yeah. So this comes out of here pretty easy. Anyway. Okay, so on my task list is desktop camera use. I don't remember which video you mentioned it on. This is the OBSBot Meet 2. OBSBot Meet 2. There we go. OBSBot Meet 2. This camera is fantastic. I absolutely love it. Why sensorless is not recommended? Because it's not as precise, repeatable. It's not as repeatable as end stop switches, Aetherly. If you already have something printed on the build plate and you need to home to can print with the second print head with sensorless, it can be off. If sensorless is 99% good, are you okay if that 1% leads to tool changer failure? $2 for 2 end stops, do I go with those? And I think 99% good is probably optimistic. So I agree with the switched. I have not had trouble with my sensorless setups for the most part. But for this, I think it's appropriate to go sensors. The thing though, Brent, is that end stop switches, when wired correctly, fail in a safe manner. So they are normally closed, which means if a wire breaks, then it fails triggered. So, okay, magnets. So N52s. I have N52s. I need to print, so Zorencio has a little tester. I need to print the stuff so I can confirm the magnets I'm using are N52 strength. Send you a link, it mounts on the extrusions, cool. A lot of nudge was designed for this Tridex. Steve had 7mm of rear over travel, so I had to design it to fit in 6. Yep. Never had a sensorless related issue on my stealth changer with thousands of hours on it. Okay. I have never found a need for power loss recovery. It's just not worth the hassle. Power loss is a non-issue for me in all of my 3D printing time. Let's see, magnet retaining screws, required if used in chamber, probably optional if in free air. We will be using those. I don't trust power loss recovery. And then plate parts. Maxwell coupling. We have some button heads. Top screwed, not need to be conductive, must have no writing, must not have a rough surface, needs to be shiny and smooth. That's M3 by X. What is this here, Zorencio? Because I have smooth head socket heads, but are M3 by 6s fine? I guess all of the Prusa stuff is smooth head, so I have all kinds of sizes in those. M3 nut. Oh, looking at those that match in this range. Okay, we'll look at that when we actually get to assembly. It's all 6x3 magnets. They must be real N52s. Dock and tool head dependent parts. Second tool head. Okay, so that's all that stuff. And then we'll go into instructions. Button heads for the tool plate, the dome rides on the pins. Okay. All the instructions here. Print settings, regular Voron considerations. Test print. Confirm your sizing first. And then parts. Okay, build the carriage first so you can match both plates to it. Now, I'm undecided. I have, these are probably not the correct actual part, but I printed these in PPA CF. I think they need to be, these aren't optimal. I would reprint them, or just ABS. I don't know what I want to do on this. I think these need to be, would need to be reprinted. They didn't turn out bad, but maybe a little bit of over extrusion. Excited to see the build. Have to answer questions later. Thanks, Rancho. We will see you in just a few days. I don't think this is the, maybe it is. Is this the correct part? No, this isn't. This isn't the same. This is just from the repo. This is for the A4T. Okay. How are we doing on print? 99%. Cool. Let's see, can I go there? There we go. Currently printing. Progress 100%. Okay, I'm gonna go grab it. I will be right back. I will be right back. I'm sad. These broke right off. I had some sort of failure. That's weird. Yeah, see? I had a under extruded layer. That's that's all ugly there. What happened? What in the world happened? Well, I think that's just I think this textured sheet is starting to go, so it's lifting off some of the PEI, but the rest of this just did not like. Up above that, it printed fine. But those first few layers, well, that's sad. No, I mean, the first layer is fine. It's just, I think this PEI sheet, I need to flip it over. It's lifting. Those specks, I think, are bits of the PEI coming off. They are consumables, but yeah, something happened. Okay, but we can test it, make sure it fits fine. And I'll figure that out later. Okay, I've got 2 of these that are mostly intact. So let's go ahead and install this side. Didn't like you doing that offsetting cat. Apparently not. Something is going on, but that'll go right there. And then a 16mm screw. Oh, let's make sure we get all, we need to move all this stuff. Go. Okay. Okay, there, and then 3x16. This one. This is longer than 16, isn't it? I wonder what happened. No, that's 16. Let's check slicer output when something like that happens in case there's a slicer error. We can look, but I don't think so. Oh, come on. Oops, we gotta put this guy in. This guy. This guy. Move this back and forth. Where that is. Come on, where you at? Okay. Gotta figure out where the there we go. That way. There. I think that'll line up. Yep, there we go. One more 16. It's not the 1mm I extruded. No, the file is fine. This is a printer problem, not a file problem. So now all of this should push towards the front and then can be tightened down. Those will obviously get re-printed because they are ugly, but the file itself appears to be fine. And then we confirm that it's not, yep, it's not going to rub on the door. So the screws won't rub on the door, but that worked. It's just the print turned out wrong. I mean, we can confirm here. Let's go over to the platter and this is where the speed increases. But I wouldn't expect that to have caused the problem. We can go feature type. Everything is this is the printer that I did the cold pull on, so it is possible. I've got a still have a something in the nozzle giving me fits. I do not have the clicky clack door for this. Is it when it goes from, no, because we got a couple of bottom layers or infill. We got some infill on before it broke. But this is not something I would expect. There's something not right with either the printer or the filament. I'll just try it again. It's fine. I'll throw the plate on the other side, clean it up, and just try it again. But it did work. So we got enough to know that that worked. It looks fine. It gives us a little bit of accent printed part there. And it spaces the thing such that the carriage isn't going to come off the end of the rail, and it's not going to adjust. I mean, it's not going to rub on the door. Yeah, I would expect I'm probably not going to find anything, Keith. Yep. I'm just going to print it again and see what happens. If it does it twice in a row, then I'll explore a little further. But that is, so what we've done today is we took apart Tridex and we put a new gantry on here that now we're going to apply MadMax to. So we did get the goal of today was to get the gantry replaced. It's possible I had a partial clog. So temporary partial clog, which means I'm just going to print it again. Shim for the idler belt tensioning, but I'm not good enough in CAD to do it for the idler belt tensioning. Are you talking about for this? Anyway, with that, we're going to end here. I'm not sure if I'm going to do a Wednesday stream or not. Keep an eye out for the notifications. If I do a Wednesday stream, it'll be the usual 4:30 Pacific time on Wednesday. It'll just depend on where I'm at with getting ready for the Vice trip. So if I don't do on Wednesday, we will still not be doing one next weekend because I'll be in Portland for Vice. So, and then we'll be back. I'll probably find something to do the following Wednesday. I've got a couple of things I could do. Yeah. So thank you, everybody. Thanks to Polymaker for letting me give away filament. Thanks to Vitali for the CNC gantry setup that we installed here. Everything's looking pretty decent as far as it's concerned so far. And then, yeah, next on Wednesday, but it's late for Europe. Yeah, it is late. It's just the only other time I can fit in to actually get some project progress done. So with that, take care, everyone. Hope to see you Wednesday. If not, the following Wednesday. Have a good rest of your weekend and enjoy the build. Bye.